My next guest is a former U.S. attorney and current senator from Alabama. Please welcome Senator Doug Jones. Senator, welcome to the Late Show.
Awesome.
Nice
awesome
to have
to
you
be
here.
Thank you.
Now, before we get started, I know that there have been some terrible tornadoes this past month down in Alabama. How is your home state
I think
feeling?
things are doing well. This was not uncommon for us. We have a lot of these disasters, whether it's hurricanes or tornadoes. We lost 24 people, but I think people are rebuilding. By the time I got down there, things were going good.
How's the disaster relief?
I think the disaster relief's been amazing. The volunteers, I mean, people in Alabama respond. We had people coming from all over the country. So thank you for asking. I think it's going well. I'm going to go back down there in a couple of weeks to check on them. Thank you.
Well, it's good to hear. FEMA's responded well?
Absolutely. Federal government, the state, all first responders were awesome.
Now, since you were sworn in a year ago as the first Democratic senator...
I'm going to stop you.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
This is a confession. We didn't prep this. It's a family confession. I got to tell you that you're a big show in our family. My wife, every night, who's up here somewhere in the audience, my running mate in my campaign, she goes to bed with you every night. It's true, Stephen. There she is. Every night. So I'm just saying, okay?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. Okay,
All
I'll
right,
keep
now
that
where
in
you
mind.
want,
I'll keep that in mind.
where you want to go
All
next?
right, then. I'm not sure where I want to go now. I'm going to go back to the card. Since you were sworn in a year ago, you've now on the Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, Homeland Security, Government Affairs, and the Special Committee on Aging.
Yes, I'm an exhibit on that committee rather than a senator.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's
exciting.
really special.
Well, who's off? Did you literally get Jeff Sessions' office?
I literally got Jeff Sessions' office in the Russell Building. I saw you right outside that office when you were floating through D.C. I think.
Yes, I did.
I think my colleague Debbie Stabenow caught you going into the men's room and had an interesting discussion. But yes,
yeah.
that was Jeff's office.
Wow. Did you have to bring in an exorcist or something like that?
No,
Yeah.
it was difficult. But seniority has now caught up with me after the election, so appropriately, Senator Tom Cotton will be taking that office.
Oh, okay.
And I will be moving over to the Hart Building.
Now, 2020, you'll be one of only 2 Democrats running in the Senate who are from states that Donald Trump won in 2016. Is there a pressure, being that senator in that state, to sort of bank down your Democratic bona fides, to be a little less Democrat and a little more Republican?
Well, I think there's always a pressure that way, but I don't succumb to that pressure. I am, I get hit from the right, I get hit from the left. People ask me if I'm a moderate, if I'm a progressive, if I'm a conservative, Democrat, whatever. I just say I'm a Doug Democrat because I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to do it with the same authenticity I did during the campaign.
So you wouldn't say you're left or right?
I would say that I'm as close to in the middle as you can possibly get. That's just where we are, I think. As a party in the South, that's where the Democrats are.
So you're extremely medium?
I'm extremely, I call it the radical middle.
It's dwindling. It's a dwindling.
The dwindling radical middle. Yeah.
You're an endangered species.
Yes.
You should be in a captive breeding program. Now, there's rumors that Sessions might run as a Republican against you.
I don't know whether he will run or not. There's been talk about it. There's been talk about a lot of people. A lot of the Republicans in Alabama just have stars in their eyes after that race in 2017, which was a pretty amazing run for us. We'll see. I'm not focused on anybody who may or may not run.
If you did run against Sessions, which of you would trust Donald Trump the least? Because he has to feel a little stung by the way he was treated, the way he was shown the door.
Yeah, I would think so. But a lot of those tweets that were about Jeff would probably be seen on billboards around the state of Alabama during the campaign.
Mm-hmm. Somebody might pay for that to happen?
Somebody might pay for that to happen.
Now, you have a new book called Bending Toward Justice. And you tell the story here of 2001, 2002. You, as a prosecutor, you got the convictions of the last two Birmingham bombers. Why is this a story that you wanted to tell?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. You know, the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, I think, was really, that killed 4 girls. It killed 4 innocent children, all because of the color of their skin. And it was a story that needed to be told, I believe, about what happened in Birmingham, what happened in the civil rights era. But then as the South and as Birmingham changed, it was a story of some redemption and some healing. That 37, 38 years later, we were able to convict 2 guys for doing that bombing, for murdering those girls. And so, thank you. Thank you. And so I believe this story needs to be told, but I also think it's really relevant today because we're still fighting civil rights battles. It's not just black and white anymore. It involves religion, it involves race, it involves gender, you name it. There are all manner of civil rights battles that we're still willing to fight. And we've got to stand up. And you only look what happened in the last few days in New Zealand and the hate and the rhetoric that we see. Part of this story is that the Klan felt empowered because politicians like George Wallace and Bull Connor gave them that power. They gave them the green light to do things. Wallace or Connor did not condone that violence, but they gave them what could be called like a dog whistle type signal to say it's okay and you can do it and get away with it. And we see that. We are still seeing such hate in this country to now, and it seems like we seem to be exporting it across the globe.
And many are saying that while the president himself does not condone violence, he doesn't denounce white nationalism or white supremacy, and that gives a tacit platform to these views, which can lead to violence.
Absolutely. I was watching Chris Hayes last night, and Chris said the same thing. He's absolutely right. There's a part of his base that's very active and very engaged with him, but he needs to do more. The flip side of that is the president has such a following. He has such a base. He could really lead us into a better place. And that's what he needs to do, and not worry about those jacklegs that are spewing this hate and this white supremacy. Lead us into a better place into this country. He's got that opportunity if we would take it.
Well, Senator, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you. My pleasure.
The book, Bending Toward Justice, is available now. Senator Doug Jones, everybody.